told me that I was the only one she'd ever need. That was before this trucker came and took her for a ride. Now there's nothing I can do to keep her satisfied. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew there was something wrong. Suddenly she'd get headaches every time we were alone. When she finally told me we were downtown at the mall, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I thought for sure I'd fall. Well, she broke my heart in Walgreens, and I cried all the way to see.
Imagine waiting to get to the mall to break up with somebody. A grown-ass man, not a couple of teenagers.
It felt just like a mule that kicked me right between my ears.
A buddy of mine works for Walgreens at the corporate level. They're a Chicago company. And he was talking about how upset a lot of people are in that corporation, not just because they're having their asses handed to them, you know, with a variety of other things, but they hired a woman to run that company a couple of years ago, a woman named Roz Brewer, who had been a muckety-muck with Starbucks. She had been hired to run Walgreens, and they fired her after about 2 years. She just wasn't making the right decisions, wasn't moving the way they wanted the company to move. And she still gets a $71 million golden parachute. She gets... So it's not just ball players signing those sweet, sweet deals. You know, that's nothing new in corporate America either. You know, you can tank a company, and your deal still says you got to get a lot of money on your way out the door. So even though she was only there for a couple of years, she gets $71 million to walk out. That ain't too bad. That's not bad at all. When you didn't really, you know, you didn't move the company in the right direction. But, you know, you're throwing darts when you hire anybody to do anything. Alan, I'm pretty sure that X is clearly shifting to an app for sex workers.
Oh, it's been that for a long time.
Well, they never banned like porn and things like that on there. But
you could have everything out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. I didn't realize. I didn't.
Oh,
even
yeah. You can have everything out.
I didn't even discover that side of Twitter until I think somebody like opened their Twitter and it was a bunch of porn, and I was like, "What? Like this is just out?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, that's just
Twitter.
Just Twitter. Just
I have to be
out
careful
there."
about that all the time because I follow a lot of that stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. You still curate your own experience, right? Anytime on Twitter, there's no porn popping up. So when somebody's like, that's just what it is. No, that's because you follow 4,000 porn stars. That's why.
Yeah. That's where it is. I don't say that's what it is.
No,
a lot of that.
Mary's friend was like, that's what it is now. It's all porn. Yeah, on your feed, it's all porn.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, so if you follow a porn star, you might not even see that porn star's actual content. But when now that they have like a For You tab, which I guess is popular on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok that much, but there's like a For You tab, and then everything that porn star that
whatever you
follow,
interact with is going to show up in the For You, like similar type of stuff. So yeah, if you interact with some porns, there's going to be more stuff in your
porns.
Yeah. Are you interacting with a lot of porns?
Some pornogs.
Some pornogs.
Well, I support. So on my podcast, there's a girl named Tommy, and she is an OnlyFans creator, and so I interact with her stuff to help her algorithm. And then
you're such a good person.
I know.
Hey, that's so nice of you.
What can I say?
That's not weird at all.
So how's it?
I think it's weird. I think
like
it's
if
weird.
Mary was on OnlyFans, I didn't even go to Mary's sister's OnlyFans. I don't even want to cross the streams that way.
But I know Tommy because of OnlyFans. Like that's how I was introduced to her. Because when
you had already been following her naked stuff before she was on the Bill Squire show.
Right. And then I asked her to come on the show full time. And then, so I knew her naked first.
That's not weird at all.
I don't know. Whatever is weird.
Hey, whatever trips your trigger, man. I'm just, like.
I don't think it's weird. I don't care. People, if you think it's weird, that's up to you. I don't care. But yesterday I was over at Rob's house watching football, and on the way out,
our boss, Rob?
Yeah, he invited me over. And so I went over there and was watching some football. And on the way out, I was like saying something about the podcast and Tommy. And I was like, for whatever reason, Rob's friends are all 70.
He's from Rhode Island.
It's all his
That's the median age up there in Providence.
It's all his neighbors. Like, there's one dude that's around our age.
Oh,
and then the rest
the
are
friends
all,
here.
Yeah, his friends here.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
We weren't in Rhode Island.
Well, I don't know. I didn't think you had any friends here.
Yeah. He's got quite a few. He's a very social man.
All right.
And I was like, and Tommy is looking great. And I had to be like, Tommy is a hot lady. Not some dude that I'm just like, if there was a guy,
this is Tommy
it'd be Tommy. So, and then he's like, yeah, I'll show you guys Tommy. I'll show you Tommy. I'm probably getting him in trouble in case if his wife's listening.
Dummy.
Yeah, smart guy over here. He knows how it all works.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. No, we were watching we were watching the Roger Daltrey.
Mm-hmm.
We just got the Blu-ray copy of Tommy. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. And he had it right there and started watching it. The porn bots liking your stuff on Twitter has gotten a lot worse, someone says. These days, I don't have to worry about anybody liking my stuff on Twitter. I'm barely on there, man.
That's not even like just on Twitter. It's on Instagram too. I'm like, ooh, I get a like. Like whenever I get like a bunch of likes in a row, I'm like, oh, my sports break is finally catching on. Did it go viral? And it's just a bunch of meet me right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of Russian bots and a lot of, in your DMs.
So that's everywhere.
I'd like to learn more about you. Trust me, you wouldn't.
I just lost like 40 followers on Instagram, and I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh, they did a bot purge.
Yeah,
it's all those, I'm
always scared.
Like, come check out. And and it's a bot because it's like Riley Reed, and she's like, I think you're so handsome. Yeah.
Open up this link to see what I think about you. I'm like, no.
Why can't you just tell me? You don't. Hey, how was Mariah Carey, by the way? Oh. You went on Thursday night.
Yeah, I went on Thursday night. It was fantastic. I will say, I didn't even realize this, but I saw 2/3 of the vocal trinity. Obviously, Whitney has departed, so I'll never get to, fulfill my dreams.
And Celine.
But I saw Celine, and she doesn't tour anymore, so I got in right at the end. So I saw Celine and now Mariah Carey, and she didn't just perform Christmas songs. She performed You'll Always Be My Baby and Hero, and if it was not sold out, it was damn close to sold out.
No, it had to be sold out. I'm pretty sure it sold out.
It was really hard to see any empty seats, and you want to talk about a diverse fan base. There was older moms, young men like my age, and they were not gay.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
There's no straight guys going to see Mariah Carey by themselves and their friends.
And
you should know this.
Wait, were they by themselves or were they with friends?
I think they were with like their girlfriends.
Yeah.
Oh well, you're burying the lead. All right.
But like they were really.
The girlfriend dragged them to Mariah Carey.
They didn't seem like that. They seemed excited to see Mariah Carey.
Well, it was probably a good show.
It was very wholesome, and she can still sing. Her voice, I don't know if it was a mixture of lip syncing or backtracking, but the parts I heard her with her ad libs sound pretty good.
Well, when we were talking about it on Thursday and you were going that night and they were like, oh, it's a 15-city Christmas holiday tour. And I think we were all like, there's no way she's just going to do Christmas music. I mean, people are going to see her do some hits, too.
There was the majority of Christmas music. She did like...
But she's got to pepper in those songs that, like, everybody wants to see her do.
But she didn't do, like, the one... Like, I was singing... what was it, Shake It Off or
that's Taylor Swift.
She has Shake It Off as Mariah Carey too.
You see how mad he got?
He really did.
Bitch, not that white bitch.
Yeah, stupid hoe.
And then
not that dusty ass hoe.
I was singing We Belong Together, and my friend was like, she's not gonna sing that, right? I was like, you don't know. But yeah, she sung You'll Always Be My Baby, Hero, and like just intros and stuff. But it
did
snowed.
Like a little medley.
Yeah, she did a little medley towards the end. But she made it snow. And she did what
you did Coke finally?
Yay!
No.
Oh.
But we had really good seats, and she did what I call the diva trot because she was moving, but like not really. Like she was in heels, and she was just like, "All right, hello, hey over there." Like I'm gonna wave to you, and then just walk back over on their stage. So she didn't really do any choreography. She came out on like a sleigh.
Yeah, she's like my age, right? Like 52.
But she looks great.
Oh, no, yeah, but I mean, she ain't going to be jumping around.
She was all squeezed into her tight little outfits, but cute.
She had a good time.
Yeah, she had some cute backup dancers. I was drunk.
You pre-gamed here, right?
I did.
How did that go? Walking. Did you time it properly, or?
Well, I did. I was in there with Jeremiah, but Jeremiah was on work duties. Like he was giving people upgrades, and I was just there to have a good time. And I try to time it because I'm like, I need to drink like an hour and a half. I'm thinking it's Mariah Carey. She's a diva, so she'll be, late. I was like, she's probably not going to hit the stage till like 8:30. And I was pretty much right, but I didn't want to have to go pee once during the show. So I just got really, really drunk here, then peed a bunch, and then went over to see Mariah Carey.
Wow, you timed it out right.
Nice. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was a good time.
Yeah. Real good.
Now, I have heard, will you go next fall? She's going out around Halloween. She'll be touring as Mariah Scary. He goes,
No, that wasn't me. That was Bill.
no, I know it was Bill. He goes,
Yeah, he knew. He knew.
I knew. All right, so that's a no then? That's a no?
That's a no.
A no? A hard no? A firm no? Oh, a negatory, good buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, Alan, a couple of days ago you were talking about the Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas song and the science behind pop music, so she might have had an idea of it being a hit. I don't know if you know this, Africa Bambaataa is actually credited as one of the many writers on that song. But yeah, you can look that up. Africa Bambaataa had his hand in that, which I always thought was pretty interesting.
Africa Bambaataa.
Hate the show.
No, I don't think that's true at all. Well, Africa Bambaataa, Fab Five Freddy, and those guys. I mean, Africa Bambaataa is the guy that like started. He's like the granddaddy of hip hop, but he had nothing to do with that song. I'm sure there's remixes that sampled because he's like one of the most sampled artists of all time. But I'm pretty sure Mariah Carey writes her songs with like another dude, right? Cody, doesn't she have like some guy she's written her songs with for 30 years?
I know she works with a number of producers like Jermaine Dupri.
Not producers, songwriters. I think it's just her and another guy, like her writing partner for the better part of 30 years. But
I don't know. I thought,
Africa Bambaataa, by the way, that guy is most widely known currently as an accused pederast. So I would be careful where you want to insert his name.
What songs does he have?
You wouldn't know him. I mean, we're talking like the 70s. Yeah.
He was in a commercial or something, but I don't know any of his music.
No, you got to go way back. He did like Zulu Nation and but his early stuff was awesome.
Doesn't he wear like a Jafar hat?
I don't know about that.
But you know what
I've only ever seen him in like a baseball cap. But it was like him and DJ Kool Herc and all those guys way, way back. But I don't think he had anything to do with writing that song. It probably some remix or something.
Yeah.
And you don't need pop music is very formulaic, but for a song like that, you don't need a dozen singers. I mean, you're writing basically one verse and then knocking the chorus out a handful of times.
I thought she was going to have like an opening act, but she just had her DJ come out, and that's when they played the majority of the Mariah Carey songs.
So did they have, for a Christmas tour, you have a band though, right?
She had a band, she had a choir,
yeah,
she had backup dancers and then like little kid dancers that were getting it. Like they were
I love watching little kids dance like
because
that.
they're in like little elf costumes and it was just so cute. that one song, Oh Santa, it just has like a nice little beat and they were like jumping to the beat. It's called Oh Santa, and usually she performs it with like Jennifer Hudson and Ariana Grande because they're featured on the song. But like they were getting it, and that was like the second song that she performed. But I was like, oh my gosh, am I turning into a lamb? This is so cool.
What is that?
A lamb is what she calls her fan base. Like Lady Gaga has the Little Monsters.
LAMB, like lambs?
Yeah, like.
And
hey,
is that an acronym for something, or she's just being cutesy?
She's like the lamb. What do they call the person with the long little curled stick?
You tell us.
The herder. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you got half of it. What do you call a person who is dealing with lambs? Who takes care of the lambs?
Come on.
Another word for Jesus too.
Yeah. You're the religious guy on the show.
Goat herder.
Yes, the Lord is my goat herder.
I shall not want.
Shepherd. Oh, the shepherd.
Yay.
You don't know what you don't know until you know
Goat
it.
herder.
I don't know if that's the reason why, but they call lambs like.
Okay.
If you're a Mariah Carey fan, her DJ kept saying, "Hey, all my day one lambs, put your hands up." I'm like, I'm definitely not gonna do that. But she sounded good. I will give her credit.
You're also not a day one lamb.
I like clearly she's in my top 5 of.
You weren't even
Spotify.
born when she got going.
she got going in the 90s, right?
Before you were born. Late 80s, early 90s.
But
I remember my mom had that first Mariah Carey record. Played it all the time. It's pretty good.
Well, I will never. That's the closest I will get to seeing Whitney live because she performed with Whitney. They did the Prince of Egypt together.
Yep.
But
It's like taking taking credit for someone else's accomplishment. You're 1 degree away from Whitney Houston by seeing Mariah Carey.
well, it was fun.
I think it works. All right, good. Money well spent?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, did you buy anything at the show?
No, he got drunk beforehand.
No, I know
The
that.
tickets were free.
But when you get drunk, then you kind of go, I want another one. And, you know,
I bought nachos to try and
See,
like, have
he was feeling peckish.
yeah, I had nachos.
All right.
It was worth it.
Good. All right. Well, good. Glad everybody had a good time. I'm going to break here. If you want to go see Machine Head, they are one of the many, many, many bands on Sonic Temple. And I've got